Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. Let's see what happens, and I'm going to react to it.
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
My plan was like keep a small wedding for not so many people be with us.
Like really small? Like
Maybe
just a few people?
maybe just me and Joey.
Right. That's what Yara has been saying from the beginning, that she wants to elope, is what I might call it, to Las Vegas and have just the two of them, very small wedding. And the reason being that if her family can't come, she doesn't want anybody to come. And that's okay. Yara, that's her wish. And it seems like Jovi is on board with that kind of, but he also, according to this look and according to things he said before, doesn't want to disappoint his parents, which is also okay. He can say, yeah, I'm okay with that, but my family's going to be pretty disappointed. I mean, we are here. We could get married here, and my family could come, and we could try to get your family to come out here. It's like, just because your family can't come doesn't mean that my family has to be deprived just because they're here and they could make it. There wouldn't be anything wrong with Yara having her wish and Jovi having his wish and the families having their wishes. It's okay. How do you communicate about it? How do you talk about it? How do you listen to each other? How do you validate each other? How do you negotiate these kinds of things? These are important things. They couldn't even decide on a rug together. So how are they going to decide on these other things? With regards to this, I'm guessing it's going to be another accusatory yelling match and a discounting experience for everyone. Let's watch.
That's not cool.
I know Gwen really I invite her for a wedding, but for now, we go for a wedding, just Joey and me, nobody else. Because my family is not here. And yesterday, I led her to do this small engagement party. And there was much more people than I expected. So she should be really happy.
Right. That's another factor here, is that Yara is thinking, well, maybe we could have a little bit of Jovi's family, but the mom said that she was going to have a very small engagement party, which I thought meant just 10 people, and there were dozens of people there. So that felt very hurtful to me because it was basically lying and deceptive to me. And the mom basically said as much. The mom said, yeah, I know I told Yara that it was going to be small, but it's going to be big because I don't know, I want it to be big. And now Yara is like, well, even if I do open that door open a little bit, the mom will probably just invite a bunch of people. And that is like the complete opposite of what I want. So it's probably another factor. And as I said back then, when the mom was basically planning on deceiving Yara, that is a problem in a relationship. That when you do that to someone, it sets up a precedent of mistrust that will have problems down the line, and we're seeing a result of it right now. None of them are wrong for having their wants, but how do they talk about it? Let's watch.
I don't even know if I want to marry with Joey, but if I do, it's my wedding and I decide how I want it. I don't know. I don't make any decision yet. Will come with us to the Vegas.
That's not a good enough answer. Jovi, it's a real wedding.
So now the mom's basically acting like Brandon's mom and saying things like, it's not a good enough answer. I don't like that answer, and you have to justify your lives to me, even though you're in your late 20s. I know there's some people out there that feel that way, and culturally, sometimes that's very much the case. I know people in my circle who are definitely like this. Who it's when people get married, it's not just their wedding. That it's everyone's wedding. Even people who aren't paying for the wedding, it's their wedding as well. So it's not an unusual cultural place that the mom is coming from. But again, how do you communicate about it? Now, I'm guessing what the mom is thinking is that by her sticking up for her position, she's also sticking up for Jovi's position, and that her and Jovi are allied against Yara. But Jovi hasn't said anything, and Jovi should say something because he's the one in the middle. He should say, okay, everyone, you know what? I hear Mom, I know what you want, and Yara, I hear what you want. Mom, me and Yara are going to have a conversation, and we'll tell you what we come up with. I understand what everyone wants. Me and Yara are going to have a conversation. I'll let you know. And then Jovi should say, Yara, let's two of us talk about it. This is what I want. Could you compromise on this? How badly do you want it? I understand your feelings. I get it. I understand. And then Yara could say to Jovi, I understand your feelings. I get you. And then, whatever decision they come to, they can feel like they love each other and care about each other. We have seen nothing along those lines with this couple. If we use this show as a way of learning about our own relationships, I hope that this couple gives us something to contrast with in terms of what we should be looking for, what we could be doing with our lives, what we could be doing with our relationships, in terms of knowing what we want and being okay with that, asserting it to the other person, but listening to the other person and validating them at the same time. You don't have to be in a constant power struggle in order to get your needs met. You actually can get your needs met by listening and compromise. Because ultimately, Jovi and Yara and the mom and the dad, they're looking for closeness and attachment. They're not looking to win the wedding fight. They're looking for relationships where there's love and affection and goodwill. But somehow they've attached themselves to that idea, probably because of past traumas around being put upon. I don't know, but let's continue watching.
Yeah, I had the party last night. I don't think it's a big deal, huh?
No, it's a big deal.
We're going to Vegas anyway. It's not like we're gonna have a wedding here and nobody's gonna come. It's going to Vegas. Whatever she wants to do, she can do.
Okay, so on some level, Jovi is sticking up for Yara. Yara seems pleased with that. I think another way of saying it would be Yara and I have decided, not whatever Yara wants, she gets. It would be something like the two of us are deciding on something. And I am deciding to do this as well because of the following reasons. That's usually what you want. You don't want someone that's just like, I don't want to get involved in, even though he's the one getting married. It's a common thing. Now, another thing he could do is to validate the mom and be like, Mom, I get it, and I hear you. But, Yara really is missing her family, and it's a really, really big deal to her that if we do get married and her family can't come, that she doesn't want any family there. And I understand that, Mom, and I know that it's going to hurt you, and I totally get that, Mom, but this is what we're going to do. He could say that as well. We're not seeing that, and I'm guessing the mom's going to resent it.
She doesn't want anybody at the wedding. What the hell? We've accepted Yara into the family, and now it sounds like I might not even be invited.
You have to go out to take a shower.
Right. So now we're at a situation where we're at the beginning of a family configuration change where Yara is being added to the family, and we're starting off on a bad foot where the Yara and the mom are escalating in terms of their mistrust and dislike for each other. If they could validate each other and hear each other and listen to each other, they could still disagree, but it wouldn't result in the anger and the hurt and the resentment.
If I'm not invited to my son's wedding, I will not be happy. That's not going to happen.
Okay, interesting attitude that's not going to happen. I don't know if that's a great attitude. It'd be one thing to say, you know what, I'm really, really hurt, but it's their life and they get to do what they want. That's not what the mom is saying. She's saying, I disagree with them and I refuse that answer because my wants are more important than what they are telling me. What I want is more important. That's a little bit of a yikes right there.
Jovi?
What?
Right. That was my suspicion. I think I'm picking up on that, is that the mom doesn't think she's just sticking up for her wants. She thinks she's sticking up for Jovi's wants. And she probably is, because Jovi probably deep down actually doesn't agree with Yara. And because they just got in this fight and he's in the doghouse, he's just doing whatever Yara says, but doesn't really believe it. So I'm guessing the mom is saying, no, I'm not fighting just for me. I'm fighting for Jovi, my son. Let's watch.
So she obviously is not really happy. Doesn't seem like she wants us there at the wedding. Talked the other day about not liking New Orleans.
You really think that this marriage is a good idea?
We'll just have to see how the next couple of weeks go. Because, I have to go back to work after.
Okay. I mean, I think the parents have a valid concern. I wonder how Jovi is receiving this, but the conversation, I think, was okay. I would like to see more communication and more self-awareness, more Jovi saying like, well, there's this and then there's that and then, there's my alcohol issue and da-da-da, but we're not really seeing that. Jovi seems to be, where is Jovi? I mean, so they just got out of a fight where Yara was saying, you need to stop drinking, and Jovi essentially agreed with that. And so Jovi's in this place now where he's just like, look, I'm just trying to make her happy. So has Jovi turned a new leaf? Does he have a new approach to Yara in this moment of just like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to have to change. And there's a lot of things I'm going to have to change about who I am and my approach to life. And I agree with Yara that I don't attend to her as much. I don't let her know that she's a priority. And so getting married in Vegas is a way for me to communicate that to her. So I wonder if that's where he's at, or if he is still in that mindset, and you kind of indicated it right there, where I'll change her mind later. We don't regard women's wants, I don't care about what she wants. I'm the man. I'll eventually convince her because I'm the man, and I always get what I want. I don't know if that's what he's saying. He didn't really say that directly. He's kind of indicated that in the past, but I don't know. Maybe this will work out. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.